Hey everybody, thank you for taking the time to watch this hair transformation. My client Layla came in wanting to go lighter and brighter. I provided you with a hair inspiration that we will be working from. First off, I wanted to let you know that I will be using the Kevin Murphy Ultimate Lightener, which does give up to about 9 levels of lift. It does contain Bonder Protector inside, which I love because it does give a crisp, clean blonde while preserving the integrity of the hair. I will be starting off with 20 vol, moving my way up to 25 vol as I work through the hair. Now, as you can see here, I am starting at the hairline. The first foil near the face is almost always going to be a weave, a very fine baby weave. Then as I move up, I transition into a slice, a weave, a slice, a weave, so on and so forth. Now I only typically go about 4 to 6 foils deep into the hairline to give that really bright money piece. Depending on, like I said, how thick I want that money piece to be will ultimately depend on how many foils I place in that front hairline. Next, I'll be moving on to the sides, as you can see, still maintaining a diagonal parting. Because I really want that blonde to fall towards the face and come forward like you saw in the picture. Now that the front hairline is complete, I'm going to transition to the top of the head. Now in this section, I will be taking horizontal sections. I will first do a slice, tease that slice, and then gently comb or feather my product into that cushion that I created. The second foil, I will be taking a slice, teasing that slice, and then I will be weaving that out to give her some dimension. And in this foil, and I don't know if you noticed the previous foil, but I did have lightener on my foil prior to applying it to the hair. And the reason I do that is because I just feel like it gives it a nice saturation, top and bottom, which ensures for an even lift. Now that I'm done with that, I'm also going to go ahead and transition back to the side where I left off at the temple, making my way up the parietal ridge, up until I get to the crown. Some of my foils are already processed. They're at that beautiful pale yellow that I'm looking for, a really clean lift. But some of my foils are not ready yet, so I'll be getting a damp cloth and cleaning that off and letting it sit like so until the remaining of the hair is ready to be rinsed. Now that I have shampooed my client, I bring her back to my station and I'm going to section her off like so. Now I will be using 3 different techniques for this portion of the application, which is going to be a baby tap, a root shadow, and a root melt. And this is where you can really customize your work. So for this application, I will be using the Shade ZQ Gloss in the shade 5NW. The Baby Tap, I will probably about ½ inch away from the new growth, the root shadow 1 to 2 inches, and the root mount no more than 3 to 4 inches away from that new growth, using my Wow Comb to evenly distribute that color and to get a beautiful blend. While that sits for a total of 15 minutes, I then am going to mix up my mids and my end formula, which is Kevin Murphy, 20 grams of ice, 20 grams of stone, with about 60 grams of my 3.5 liquid activator. Now that's going to sit for a total of 8 minutes. In the meantime, I'm going to mix up my money piece with Shade ZQ Gloss, 9GI, 9V, and a splash of 7V, and it came out beautiful. Check it out. Last but not least, a list of products that I use during this application. I use Ultimate Lightener by Kevin Murphy, Shade ZQ Gloss by Redken, Ice and Stone by Kevin Murphy toners, Back Bar Hydrate Me Wash, Hydrate Me Rinse, Styling Aids, Shimmer Shine, Bedroom Hair, and also Smooth Again, and some styling tools. A 1 1/4 inch Babyliss curling iron.